You were saying before the show, Jamie, Presley, you got in a little love triangle.
Oh, it wasn't a love triangle. So what happened was, I was at an event with Jamie. She was obviously the it girl of the moment. Like Hollywood's always got, you know, so the new beautiful blonde, blah, blah, blah. And she was that girl. She had just done a movie called Poison Ivy. But anyway, this is what's crazy. Was me and Jamie were out at a party, and Shaquille O'Neal was there. And Shaquille O'Neal's hanging out with us, and he's being super cool. And I was like, damn, dude. And I just read
Shaq
his
on the Lakers.
On the Lakers at the time. This
Early
is like
2000s.
99, 2000. And I remember I had just read his book, and I was hanging out with him, and I was like, man, I just read your book. He's like, thanks, man. He was being super cool. That night, we're in bed, and you got to imagine, this is like cell phone days when it was like a flip phone.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, a phone number calls, 818 number in the middle of the night, wakes us up. I'm laying in bed, and she wakes me up, and she's like, hello? And I wake up, and she's like, it's Shaq.
And he was like, can I get some pussy? Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And he was just
That's
like,
rude.
he was like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? She's like, I'm in bed with Simon. He's
Wow.
like, come meet me right now.
That's rude.
I know. I just hung out with him that night.
That's quite rude.
And then he says, it wasn't easy to get your phone number. I had to get it from my friend in the police department. The motherfucker was a cop. Remember,
Shaq.
he was a cop.
Yes,
He was a
he
cop.
was a
And
cop.
he used his connections to get my girl's number and
Really?
call after we hung out. And I felt so violated. I remember going back to bed, and I woke up the next morning. I'm like, caller ID, 818 number. I got to
Yeah.
call him back and tell him. And then I'm like, fuck, am I really going to call Shaq and be like, back up off my, like, he'll murder
Did
me.
you do it?
And I called the number. I had to. I had to be a man.
Oh, amazing.
So I called the number, and his assistant answers the phone, and it's just like, he's not here. I'm like, tell him Simon called. We hung out last night. I just have to talk to him. Never called back. I called like 5 times. I kept saying, have him
you
call
were
me back.
pissed.
I was like,
you
I
were
got it.
heated. Five calls is like he pressed a
He
button.
never got on the phone with me. And the assistant was like, he's busy. And he was just, I was like, what a fucking, and then I was just watching his documentary the other day, and I was all into it. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Fuck, dude. He was trying to fuck my girl. And then, I was like, but you know what? It probably works for him a lot. And I don't know the dude, so I don't take it personal.
Yeah,
it
that's
took
probably
me 20
his
years
move.
to understand. That was his move.
He gets the police to get a girl's number, and then he calls her and says, please leave your boyfriend.
And it might
Give
work
me-
sometimes.
I'm sure that he's like, that's my classic move.
Yeah.
That's my go-to. It's like the drop back slam and jam.
Is that a football move?
He played basketball.
Oh,
for the
basketball.
Lakers, yeah.
So what's the lesson to be learned from that? Did I do the right thing by calling the number back? I felt like, at least I showed Jamie at the time, I was like, I got to defend our honor.
No, you lost her respect.
I did.
Yeah. The 5 calls, she saw.
She's
she
like,
saw
you're
her
desperate.
weakness.
You're
Yeah.
trying too hard.
Yeah.
He'll fuck you up.
She fucked.
And then I was
she
like, how
fucked
big
Shaq.
is his dick? Like,
She
it's
fucked
got to
Shaq.
be so big, but if it was on your body, it would look so big, but on him, it might look small.
Yeah.
Relative
But even if
proportion.
it looks small, it's probably still.
That's
like
what I'm saying,
the
relative
biggest
proportion.
ever.
He is
Yeah.
7 foot tall. So he's got a big, either a little big dick or a big ass little dick.
Uh-huh.
These are the things I think about.
Yeah.